Founded in 2003, iboss have their headquarters over in San Diego, California, with offices around Europe, Asia, North America, and South America. With their proprietary engineering and patented technology, they support over 15 million users with over 20,000 appliances shipped. Their solution can work with any network that requires security, and we see them fitting well into service providers, government, education, healthcare, finance, and SME markets. The iboss product range encompasses secure web gateway filtering, FireSphere threat and intrusion detection and prevention, and MobileEther, which is iboss's MDM but with a difference. As discussed before, we are focusing on iboss and in particular MobileEther, but in order to understand MobileEther and its extended form of MDM, you'll need to understand the other modules available from iboss, which when integrated with MobileEther allows the MDM to become a fully filtered and advanced persistent threat solution, along with normal benefits of MDM, both on and off-site. iboss has been fully riot tested when providing NAC integration with Ruckus Wireless APs. Each module can be deployed separately or combined together to provide a stronger, all-in-one solution covering multiple threats and data loss prevention, all which can be reported upon and tracked. iboss MDM itself is a subscription-based solution providing full support and updates in a single annual manageable fee. When MobileEther is combined with the other modules from iboss, it enables you to extend your on-site security policies and filtering beyond the reaches of your network on your mobile clients. Unlike the competition, which primarily focuses on HTTP and HTTPS, iboss is a firm believer that you can't protect what you don't know about, so benefits from covering all 131,070 data channels. Every network needs to be secured, and as network utilization grows and gets ever more advanced and demanding, the demand for high-quality, advanced threat protection also grows with it. As previously mentioned, we believe this solution is appropriate for every network sold, be it legal, financial, SME, enterprises, or educational. And we believe that this forms a winning trinity of leading security MDM solution combined with educational and enterprise discounts led by a UK team and proactive. Because MobileEther is cloud-based, you are able to manage all your devices from one single cloud portal. You are also able to manage your security policies and filtering from the same single console. This makes managing your mobile devices very straightforward and reduces time consumption. Some of the additional benefits you get from iboss's MDM solution is the ability to filter the App Store, and you can do this via category, age, content, etc. You can push secure documents, so you have a secure document area on the device that is centrally managed from the console. And you are able to remotely locate, lock, unlock, or wipe as required mobile clients. And again, seeing as this is cloud-based, it is very scalable, up to over 250,000 devices without having to buy any additional hardware to support it. As mentioned earlier, iboss's MobileEther is MDM but with a difference. What we mean by this is that it integrates fully with the on-site web filtering and reporting units. This means that we not only get the benefits of MDM, being able to control different apps being pushed to different users along with their different documents, etc., for different users and user type depending on their membership, but we can also extend the reach of our security on-site so we have a unified single set of policies and filtering. Hi guys, well today I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the MobileEther control panel interface. So when you first log in, this is the page you're going to be presented with. This is their dashboard with multiple widgets on it. These widgets can all be moved around, dragged and dropped to move around, and they are interactive, so you can click on them to get some additional information and drill down. So it's very useful for getting a very quick overview of the information about your mobile clients you're looking after. When you first get MobileEther, the first thing you're going to want to do is go and set up your groups. So as you can see here, this is our demo site. This is a demo solution we use on site here. We've got all devices, so as it says, it will affect all users, followed by company-wide, and then all of our departments. This is basically how you divide up your policies of which department gets which policy, and it can be laid out however you like. Once you've created your different groups, you can then apply policies to those different groups. It's very easy to do. Just click New Policy, and you can choose the type of policy you want to create. So this could be anything from your Wi-Fi settings, your password policy, email settings, a web clip. So that's what that is it's a web page, a link to it. It creates a little icon on your mobile device. It looks much like an app, but it actually takes you to a full screen version of a website. Some companies are using that for mini versions of their app when they don't actually create the full app. So there's quite a few different options there. You've got your VPN settings as well, along with several other options that you can choose as a policy. So for example, if we choose today email settings, we'd go in, the next step we'd go and do is get a policy name, and you can put a description. Key thing for here is the device group, so you can define where it's applied to. This can be changed later, but obviously good to know. Then you want to choose whether you want it instantly active. So do you want it to take effect straight away, or do you want to delay it, create a load of policies, and at a certain time switch it on? So as I said, we've got the email settings one. So here are all your policy details for your email. So for example, you would have account name. You'd use the standard variables for email addresses, your different server ports, etc. So you'd fill out all the relevant details relevant to yourself, and then click submit. This would create you a list of policies, or as you go through, you'd create multiples of these and create yourself a group of policies. So we can see here we've got one to push out a speed test application to our technical guys. We use that typically to see what sort of internet connection speed we're getting. So it's quite a useful tool to us to have on our mobile devices. We've got our company HR webpage link as a web clip, as well as several other applications. You can see here I've just got myself set up on here at the moment, so you can see my phone is listed there. You can also click on it and drill down into further information on that particular device. And equally, if we had set up the volume purchasing program from Apple, we can see the different configurations and allowances from that scheme. Okay, so once you've gone and created your groups and your policies, which is set up here, you can create all these things from this top bar here. You can also review your policies in one location, so you can get the whole lot of them listed there, see who they're applied to, etc., what they're doing, and you can edit them from here or delete them. So all from one central console, nice and easy. So once we've actually got these all set up, next thing we'd want to actually do is enroll the devices, obviously. So this is available for iOS currently. They are in beta for the Android option. It should be fully released this month, but my console and demonstration one I've got here only has the iOS version at the moment. So options to deploy it. So first one, web enroll. So this would be for an administrator. They can log on to the mobile client, log on to this MobileEther console, click download and enroll straight from here. And that will do just that. It will enroll the device that you're logged on with. Very easy to do for administrator, not so much for end users. So there are other options for them. MobileEther does support Apple's DEP program and the Apple configurator. So if you have a Mac on site, you can do your normal Apple configurator options, set all the policies through that, plug your devices in, and it will also be managed through MobileEther. Via email, a very popular method of enrolling devices. So you can choose which default group you want them to go out to. If we want to say marketing to enroll a few more devices, and we wanted to put them on the default filtering policy, we could set that up, and we could go and put in our marketing guy's email address in here, put a bit of text down here saying please enroll or something along those lines. And then put his email address in there. Once I've done that, so there we go, just put a little bit of test in there. This box will light up and I can actually click send, and that would send him an email with the instructions, the information for the end user to enroll. The other option is easy enrollment. So basically you give the public IP address to allow to enroll from, and then you can go to the console and end users can click on a button to enroll, and when they do it'll apply their appropriate policies that you choose here. So you got again which department and filter policy. So you can choose that and have users enroll themselves from a web page. Nice and simple. So once they're actually enrolled, you can actually see these devices listed. So we've got here my phone. So I can click on this and drill down a little bit more information. It can show me where it is based off its ISP or the phone signal. So mine's based off the ISP at the moment because I'm in the office connected to the Wi-Fi. You can see all the different details about the phone. I can see it's active. If it hasn't connected for a while, it may alert itself as missing and alert us and tell us, and it'll highlight here as missing. We can also do some additional actions, such as syncing the device, so making sure that all policies are correctly up to date, as well as trying to reinstall any failed policies or policies that the user may have attempted to reject. If the user has locked themselves out of the device, it's very handy to be able to obviously reset their passcode, or if you want to block someone off of that device, you can also lock the device. If the device becomes irretrievable, obviously secure data on there, you can remotely wipe the device. You can go and see which policies are specifically being applied to that device, and just by clicking on the policies, and again, you can delete particular policies you don't want. I can see exactly which apps are installed on this device. There's a fair few on there, as well as useful network information such as the network carrier, the Wi-Fi MAC address, phone number, etc. So once we've done all this, the next thing we'd probably want to look at is web security. So one of the key benefits of MobileEther over a lot of the other MDM solutions is you can either use the iboss cloud filtering, or you can integrate it with the on-site SWG. Here's where we go and set the settings for that, and you can decide how it handles on-site and off-site. Once we've done that, we can set it, so our version here we've got it set with a on-site SWG, so it does filter with that. And we can see it's linking with our SWG group 1 for this default policy. And we can choose to switch on the different features such as web filtering. We can allow only sites off our allowed list, so we can restrict it just to specific sites. Or we can enforce safe search and clean search Google features. In here we can choose which categories we would like to allow or not. This is very useful because we also set a priority, so we could say we want to block all games, for instance, but if we're in an educational establishment, we might want to allow educational games. If we give education a higher priority, but block games anyway, education being a higher priority and allowed would actually overrule for educational games, whereas normal games would be blocked. So you can combine a few of these different categories with a bit of strategic allowing and disallowing to get some very useful granular filtering. On top of that, you do have the allow list and block list. This is synced with the on-site SWG for our site here. So we've got a few different sites we can put in allow list, block list, and keywords. So we can put in here new keywords that say whatever we want. We can have it globally apply to all devices. We can set it so it's a part of the allow, and we can set wildcards, so we can put just a keyword in there and a single keyword, and it would find it somewhere in any part of a string rather than just the front of a string. So once we've done that, we'll talk about delegation of users. So in here you can actually specify different administrators or different levels of admins you want to use this console, and you can control which features they see. So for example, you may want to have a first line support or a receptionist or a manager who can only see the dashboard and reports. You can create them an account in here and set it so they can log in, but it'll take away all the other buttons that you don't choose them to have. It's quite nice. It doesn't actually just grey them out, it does completely remove them. So it keeps a very nice clean interface, and they're not wondering what these other buttons they don't have are. Next we can actually produce reports on all the information. Now, because this is a live system on our site, we've had to remove the data for now. But you would be able to see what site they are viewing, when they viewed it, which user it was, what IP address it was, etc. From what device. This is all search through, so you can look at between particular dates, what device it was, what keywords you're looking for, etc. So it's some quite useful reporting and filtering of reports available.